Hi, it's James, your Dungeon Master here. You might recognise me from such shows as Roll Britannia, and I just wanted to say a quick word before we get stuck into the episode. I promise you, it's all there. It's all there. Thank you so much for downloading. But this week's episode, I wanted to do a massive shout out for one of our patrons. We set up Patreon a few weeks ago, and so many of you have been amazing and started donating to the show so we can keep making this podcast because, well, we love making it and it sounds like you guys really, really enjoy it. So the first ever Patreon shout out goes to, drumroll please. That was no rubbish drum rolls, just me tapping on the desk. Anyway, first shout out goes to Nari. Thank you so much for being such an amazing part of our show. And this week's episode is dedicated to you. Right. Let's get on with it. Previously on Roll Britannia, there is an island called Nassau.
Can we stay there?
This may be an island for us to settle down.
Oh,
You should surrender now, lay down your weapons, and no harm will come to you.
They throw down their arms, raise their hands, and surrender.
Now this is cool. It's called Canto's icosahedron. A red and white icosahedron. You can throw this icosahedron at a creature. The creature inside will be bound to the owner of the object.
Thanks very much, Flint Frostbeard, and I'm going to
you're
scurry
welcome.
away before you can take it back from me.
The Orcish Republic of Krull, ruled by wild tribes of orcs, brutal in their combat. There is not a soul that has ever ventured to the Republic and lived to tell the tale. Use this time to train yourselves, grow, because if you do not succeed, this may be, and I hate to say this, your last voyage.
Hey Malrus,
So, Keth, you're having a lovely day when all of a sudden an object falls from the sky, lands on deck, and becomes
demon of fur and fluff. I'm gonna go straight into fight mode and just boot it.
three more start to tumble down. You pull out Belinda and you take aim. All three feline creatures quite literally burst.
These two are mine. Chairman Meow and Mr. Whiskas.
I've got a
threw that
living
last
one,
one over.
and I have a stuffed one.
So there are three live cats and one stuffed.
Keth is going to raise a boot and just. Oh God, I hate saying this.
Keth going stomp stomp.
Yeah.
This only cost me 200, and then he's going to dump the remaining 12 out of the bag.
I mean, I was expecting you to get on with something, but no, apparently we're just stomping fictional kittens. All caught up? Good. Let's get back to the action. Right, so you've been at sea for 2 and a bit months, sailing westward. Tim, as we like to say in this world.
Tim Westwood.
And eventually you awaken one day to a mysterious fog outside, and the sea has become choppier, and you make your way to Timber's cabin once after Carlexa has summoned you, and Timbers is very succinctly explaining to you that they're reaching the limits of where the Tel Dath is able to go.
Oh.
And this is where we pick up our story. Timbers says, boyos, you have a choice. The mighty Dath is a powerful vessel indeed, but we cannot afford to lose her in the fog or the wreckage or such the like. It is important, therefore, that you must complete your journey alone. You have two choices, of course. We can send you in a skiff from the ship, or you have, as we all well know, you have the Valkyrie to use for yourself.
I think that's up to our Captain Malrus.
It is dangerous waters and much of a risk to take, so please make your decision and we will make the appropriate preparations.
I would use the skiff, and if we
I
break
think so
that,
as well.
Skiff would be quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
we'll have a
and then
backup
we've
boat.
got the Valkyrie in reserve.
yeah,
A wise
Precisely.
choice.
Anybody know what's happened to River?
I think she's dead, probably. I haven't seen her.
pretty
in-
sure she's gone.
over a month now, I think. Over 2 months now.
I think we can assume she's she'd have come back surely if she'd escaped from all that. She'd have headed back to the island. She wouldn't just live out at sea on her own. So I think we can assume that she's
unfortunately has been
R.I.P.
Yeah.
She's been. I'm sure your life feels like it's turned upside down, Malrus, at the moment. Sort of like really turned on its head. Like you got your head between your arse at this point.
In my experience, River is a slippery character, and she will be. She may yet surprise you.
You've got a lot of faith in this dead woman.
Do you want this then, Captain? I'm just going to hand him the
extra stone.
Extra stone of fast speech.
Yes, Malrus.
Thank you very much. I was wondering if you would be honest enough to return this to me. I was.
Well, it only really calls
ask,
her,
but,
and that's what he says. She's probably dead, so you won't.
Or pissed.
I've been calling her for like 2 months on and off, and she's still not picked up yet.
No.
Just take the hint.
We shall see. We shall see. Maybe she's blocked you.
Yeah.
Right, boys. If you're taking a skiff, please head out on the deck. I shall have Starflower arrange one for you. And boys, it has been an honour working with you.
Oh,
and
so this
hopefully this is not goodbye. It is merely good luck.
So this is your sort of like, we think you're going to die. See you later speech.
Well, I'm very much hoping you don't, because if you do in fact die, then we will have to send someone else in to continue to attempt to recover the piece of 8.
Plus, I mean,
so please,
yeah, exactly. And
don't
their
fuck it up.
adventures probably aren't going to be as entertaining as ours if anybody were
Certainly not
to be listening to them.
If you could take down the "to let" signs from our bunks, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, is he doing that
toilet.
again? Right, boys. Please. This time I said it before, but don't fuck it up.
I will really try not to. Also, can you look after Chairman Meow and Mr. Whiskas for me, please?
Yes, where did these cats come from?
Keth.
They weren't on board when we set sail, and seldom in my experience do cats find their way on board a ship while at sea.
Yeah,
Where the hell were you
they
hiding
fell
those?
out of the sky.
Oh, very strange indeed.
Yeah, it's odd.
You just
A
raining
rain of
and
cats.
no dogs.
Yeah, just raining cats.
I've heard of cats and dogs, but never a rain of cats.
I'm pretty sure Keth told me before that whenever he's around, it just showering pussy. So,
Oh, that's very disgusting. Right, boys, please, don't fuck it up. And
The deck's all slick.
Keth,
Fuck
at
off
the
now.
sight of those cats,
Wax
he's
on,
just going to
wax
run
off.
straight out of the office, straight through the door.
knock the door.
Smashing
Right,
it to
good,
bits.
yep. The carpenter's already stood next to the door, ready to
He's
he
already,
sees
ready to
Keth enter
repair
and
it.
he's just like, oh, wait.
he's already repaired it once today.
He's
got a
built
backup
another.
door.
While you've been inside, he's been making another door just outside. You see him outside. He's got a door up on like a
Is it like the
workman's
F1?
friend.
Like the F1 where the quick change at the pit stop is like, on the door hinges.
They've installed some pneumatic guns like around Timber's door now, just for the quick, really
Unfortunately,
powerful
though,
tool.
he and another man have been carrying the door across a road,
Yeah.
across the exact path of Keth, and he's just barreled
Yeah.
straight through the second one.
Right. So, are you boarding this skiff then? Are you gonna head out on deck? So as you head out, the longboat is there, ready, sort of hung over the side of the ship, and Starflower is there, and she says, "Boys, bring this one home, yeah."
It's
Why is
coming
everyone acting so
home.
shady about this? This is really this. Like, guys, should we be more concerned about this? I feel like we've
No,
been taking this.
it's coming home,
Right.
mate. We got nothing to worry about.
It's coming home. We're coming home, yeah?
It's coming home.
Starflower.
Yeah,
It's coming home.
There's going to be some few tricky fixtures,
What's
but I
coming
think
home?
we can do it.
No, I think once we get past the group stage, I think we'll be
With the
all
crowd
right.
behind us.
Okay. As
What's
long
up,
as,
Malrus?
As long as we all
Can
think it's
you
coming
take
home.
my cat and just look after her? Because
What's her name?
Sylvie.
Oh,
Oh, very nice. And
Just-
she's sort of
just-
holding it at kind of arm's length.
Just remember to feed her 3 times a day and take her
3?
for walks.
3. Bloody hell.
Walks.
Mr. Whiskas is
hungry
just
pussy.
eating the rats that are on board the ship, but you got to watch out for Chairman Meow Starflower because he's a bit didactic and he sort of refuses to take orders.
These
from
cats are
everybody.
becoming larger characters in this ship than I ever anticipated.
I know. I can't make top or tail of it.
Right, boys. Seriously, good luck. And she pulls a lever, and the boat begins to drop. And
just one more thing. Chairman Meow's diabetic. Oh.
That cat's definitely going to die. Derek.
Yeah, well, is now.
Good.
Yeah. You've literally killed that cat with that one line.
You have, yeah, with your fictional illness for it.
Fine. He'll be fine.
Your fictional cat has
and
died.
the skip is away.
Just like Ermintrude that we've never heard of again. There's only one cow on the island now.
Yeah. And your longboat is away, and it heads off into the fog.
We don't really
very
discuss
quickly
on this podcast how many times an animal just gets put down off camera.
No.
Just as a silent. Oh.
James has a small graveyard.
Yeah.
I do, yes. So your longboat
butchery.
heads off, and very quickly you lose sight of the Tel Dath as your longboat is heading off into the fog, and you're sort of skipping from crest of a wave to the crest of a wave, and darkness is growing. Go on.
I'm going to turn to Jeff and go, do you think we're going to come back? Because they all seem really concerned.
Right? I know. They everyone on the ship was sort of like, see you later. And like should we genuinely be more concerned about this?
I almost feel like I had my last supper last night. You know what I mean?
What, everybody was sitting on one side of the table?
Yes, there was a painter there. Who just
There was one particular bloke who you didn't really trust or get on with.
Yeah, but he was stood by the light switch, just sort of like looking tentative, and I wasn't really sure what he was doing.
Yeah. Your mind sort of drifts to the stories that people have sort of been telling you about what the Orcish Republic of Krull is like.
Keth, is it really
they told you stories of a sort of savage land of tribal communities that are always warring with each other. And
is it really that bad, Keth?
Tell us all about you. Tell us everything you know about orcs, Keth.
Orcs are wild and savage. They only respect prowess in battle.
Oh, well then I'll be fine.
Fuck.
They're horrible.
They come over
They really
here.
are horrible.
They take our jobs.
And your skiff is sort of motoring on at quite a high pace. You know, you're on the hydrofoils that it's sort of dropped down now, and you really got some pace on. And the waves are getting choppier, and all of a sudden overhead you hear the crash of thunder, and there's a flash of lightning, and the rain starts to come down. And it's really starting to get quite dangerous now. Yep. AC/DC starts playing.
That's what I was thinking.
More and more the waves are becoming choppier and choppier, and you're finding it quite difficult to sort of hang on to the boats now. And it's
being on my Stone of Fast Beach 5, just sort of trying to figure out and trying to leave a line open to the ship. At what point does the signal die?
you've lost signal now.
7.5 miles.
Lads,
You're definitely
it's
beyond
gone.
that.
We're gone now. Can't get in touch with them. We're on our own, sort of.
And then, from out of the rolling waves, suddenly a vast wave reaches up, and you are unceremoniously turned out of this boat, and you find yourselves in the water.
Oh my god.
And the storm is growing overhead. And as the storm grows, you are feeling more and more swept out to sea as you begin to sink beneath the waves.
I don't. I have a vest of buoyancy.
You do.
Can I walk on water?
You certainly can.
Can I cling to Malrus?
You certainly can if you roll for it.
I'm going to try and
Can I try and grab Keth?
Dear
Because
life.
I get, whenever I'm in the ocean, I get advantage on skill and checks and saves. So can I try and grab Keth?
What would my check be for grabbing?
Happy with that?
Ditto.
Strength.
Strength.
Is it strength for me?
Yep. Yeah, if you're holding on to someone, yeah.
That
Okay, I
is
rolled
a
8 first, but that's just... I
that
get
is a
advantage.
16.
And then I rolled a natural 1 the second time, so I get an 8. Sorry, Keth. You're probably going under.
Sorry, Keth.
It's okay.
You're probably going to
Not
drown.
great.
I have
my
something for that.
strength is mine.
I'm
get
going to
-1 on
chuck
strength.
Keth my spare vest of buoyancy.
Oh, what a guy.
No, nice.
As Jeff's desperately clutching at his hand, this
hold
very
on.
useful Keth, like
We've
buoyancy aid, just
gotten into this boat where Malrus has
Yep.
been wearing 2 life jackets.
It's a spare one. It's in my pocket.
It's like the spare pair of gloves in
Oh, he's just got a big bulging.
My hands are sweating. I mean, how my spare
He also doesn't really need one, but
I'm too buoyant, if anything.
I'm floating away.
I can walk on water, so I don't really need this vest of buoyancy
Well,
anymore.
can I have it then? Because I'm kind of grabbing onto your ankle at the
Why not
moment.
just
Sorry,
chuck to the
sorry.
Keth?
Hold on. I'm quite grabbing onto your ankle at the moment. So can I have your one that you're not wearing? Because you can walk on water.
I've just lobbed it to Keth.
yeah, he's saying that while fingering his face for some reason.
what are you saying?
No one's quite sure what he's doing that for.
So Malrus, just to clarify, you only bought one. You bought one vest of buoyancy because that's an extra. Because
No,
you can walk on water.
I bought many
Two.
episodes ago one vest of buoyancy.
Okay,
But
so
then
one is
I
spare.
magically managed to acquire a ring that allows me to walk on water.
Right. Yeah. So you have one.
So you
I
only
think
have
what Derek
one.
was thinking is that
Okay.
you
No,
bought
wait.
extra.
Isn't the spell water walk? So I can use my spell walk.
Yes.
The
See, I
ring
thought you'd bought
was-
two.
Two,
because
yeah.
you're wearing one.
Yes,
But you could
that's-
also walk on water.
Yeah, that's how it was coming across. That you'd bought two. You were using one
Yeah.
yourself, and you could water walk. And we're just like, nah, fuck you, Derek.
Yeah, Keth, you were starting to sing,
You can now magically float.
and then Malrus threw you effectively a life vest.
Yes.
So I've got older Derek.
You chucked it on, and you start to float.
Hooray.
Derek's sort of clinging on, and you're all sort of riding out.
Malrus, can you speed up a
Malrus,
little bit?
where's
please?
your bottle, mate?
Are we
Do you
all?
wanna maybe get-
Are we all? How close are we together?
You're all sort of bunched together, but as you're floating there or standing there in Malrus's case, the storm is sort of raging on, and then from out of the fog, you see something.
Is it a meat ship?
It isn't a meat ship, no.
The fabled meat
Is it a meat?
ship.
It's something
Is it a
you-
meat U-boat?
It's actually a
Can't-
vegetarian ship.
Can you
Is it a
all
vegetable ship?
roll insight, please?
It's the
Fuck,
vegetarian.
Again.
Oh, I got a
Jeff,
natural
you
one.
are convinced it's a
What
dolphin.
on earth?
11.
Oh, that is an 11.
With an 11, the other pretty much sums it. Jeff's convinced it's a dolphin.
Same as Keth.
Yeah,
got
I think it's a
natural one as
porpoise.
Keth is convinced it's another cow.
It's a sea cow. Oh, the humanity! Oh, the huge manatee!
For the other two, the lowish rolls sort of tell what it is, because you don't really comprehend what you're seeing particularly well. It looks to you like a cityscape. It looks like the skyline of some tall buildings just starting to loom through the fog. And as the storm is raging on, you're drifting towards this skyline of dolphin, cow, and buildings. And then, as you're drawing closer and closer, all of you who are still sort of submerged feel something. What you feel is land underneath your feet. You feel the sand, and you all hear the sound of surf as you are all, bar Malrus, dumped fairly unceremoniously onto the beach. And Malrus, you sort of just step off the water, I guess, onto the sand.
Malrus, you didn't have to drag me all the way up that inclination. My face was buried in the bloody sand.
You can thank me later.
Thanks for the save, Malrus.
And can you all roll perception then, please?
For fuck's sake.
Point. Perception. 8.
7.
Well, that was a natural
8.
1. Let me roll again.
Oh, yeah.
7.
A 1 is better than a 2 if you're Malrus.
Keth's
Tosscoble.
unlucky. Me and Keth are again on equal planes of 8.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Nice.
I rolled
I'm with you,
terribly.
brother.
I get +5 to perception as well. I rolled.
With
I only get
Wow.
+2.
With a face full of sand, I got a plus. I got a 7 total.
Wow, okay.
So we're pretty close.
Malrus, what did you get the second time?
I got a 13.
And you
That's the
win.
best roll. Is a 13.
The best rolls of 13.
After a natural
But
one.
it's sufficient for you to identify a little bit what you are, because what you can see looks like a well-constructed sea wall ahead of you. It looks like a well-cared for beach. You can see some groins along the beach.
It's a nudist beach.
There are a few beach huts. I was hoping someone would do that.
Trying to get there, but I could.
Yeah, it's fine. You can see that this looks like a tourist beach.
Oh. There's people.
Oh, there's no one there. There's a storm on at the moment.
Right.
It looks like the sort of beach where tourists would go.
There's a storm on.
Just like brightly lit
Can I-
lights and stripy deck chairs that have been abandoned.
Yep. All of that sort of thing.
What can I see past the
Parasols
beach?
inside out.
Well, you can see the seawall, and above that, what you can see is what looks like a very impressive city.
Lads,
Yeah. Sorry, let me just wipe.
there's some buildings over there.
Yeah, no, they're just beach huts, mate.
No, look up.
Sorry, I got my head between my legs.
Oh, Jeff.
And I've got my head also between his legs. And he's got his head between
Sauce.
mine.
They're doing a centipede.
As you're stood there having this very bizarre conversation,
We're just both having lunch.
you hear the sound of, you hear a sound that reminds you of a horse galloping.
Gonna look into my top pocket and go, oh, my
Not sound
cat's
Widdicombe,
wet.
is it?
Oh,
Your
there's another
pussy's
couple in the
stopping,
bushes.
Malrus.
But it's not, but it turns out it's not a horse.
No, it's not.
Because what comes charging down the beach towards you is, in fact, a very large and very Arctic-looking
So it is Widdicombe.
giant wolf
What?
Oh, shit.
with astride its back
Oh.
a figure wearing a bright blue uniform, emblazoned with gold badges and buttons, and a very formal-looking uniformed hat and white gloves. And this figure charges towards you before skidding to a halt in the sand, which is pretty impressive for a four-legged animal to skid to a halt.
They're rear-wheel drive.
Handbrake turn.
Yes, he did literally a handbrake turn, rear-wheel drive. Amazing. And the figure, he says, "What are you doing here? Don't you know there's a storm on? Put your animals away." And he's talking to you, Keth.
Keth, put your cock away.
What do you mean by animals? I've got no animals here.
These, I coax them on. You can't have them loose in a storm.
Oh,
Like,
I remember.
what?
Yes. Well, they'd escaped. I'm just trying to round them up and then I'll get them in.
Casper, you all right, mate?
Make sure you do. And get inside. This storm's nasty.
I will.
What's your name?
I'm Keth. Keth Frostiron.
Well, Keth Frostiron, where are you staying?
Hopefully. Well, we've just landed. No, I haven't. We were...
That's a very suspicious thing to say.
Sorry, there's a storm on. He didn't hear me properly. I'm just staying at the beach in one of these chalets.
You can't stay in there. Get to one of the shelters.
Can you lead the way? Who are you, anyway?
Officer Benny.
Officer Benny?
Did I stutter?
No, I was doing a parrot impression. Okay, Officer Benny.
So, if
Can
I
you lead the way?
Mr. Orc, man.
Shut up, creature. Sorry, officer.
Right.
We'll
Follow
you.
me. And he sort of trots along down the beach towards a ramp leading up into the city. And are you all following?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of, just having clocked the little dynamic, I'm gonna make a show of not following until Keth sort of like pushes me into line. Whatever.
Heel.
I'm going to do exactly the same, but not for clocking it, just out of pure confusion of not knowing what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
until
stray
Keth
along.
clocks me back into line.
Yeah, stray along the beach until he hits me with a stick or something.
You know, you should keep your Ikosamon in their units, you know.
I know. I'm a bit of a softie, I know it.
I'm gonna grumble some dwarvish swears.
Keth,
Shut up, you.
Hog? Oh.
Come on, hurry up. And he
Jeff.
trots off down the beach
Jeff.
and leads you to... he leads you all to a sort of storm shelter that's just off the the seafront wall.
I'm gonna, as the guy leads us to it, I'm gonna turn to Keth and go, "Is this guy what? He thinks that we're just like your pets or something?"
And then I'm just gonna backhand him.
Okay, as he backhands me, I'm gonna call him a bastard in Dwarvish, and then accidentally set off one of my finger guns. Sorry. You are a bastard, though.
Oh, God. Oh, Christ. Does Officer Benny see that?
He doesn't because he's leading from the front.
And I'm going to turn back and just whisper out of Officer Benny's beer shot. Officer Benny's beer shot. Officer Benny's beer. I go, look, just keep up the act. Orcs.
No. I get it.
You get it. Jeff, what the fuck's Malrus, do you get it as well?
I think so, but I'm not entirely happy with it.
Neither am I.
Child?
Look,
Pet.
they look down on any of the... They think I'm in charge of all of you lot. All right?
Why?
And we'll find out later. They think I'm in charge of all of you lot. They think you're a lesser species or whatever. Just fall in line behind me and we'll sort it out later. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Now I see where you get it from. But
it sucks. I know it, but let's carry on, okay? Officer Benny, is it far?
It's just here. Come on, inside.
Get in, you lot. Get in.
And as you head down the steps through this...
just continuing Dwarvish swear.
Malrus.
Malrus, Mal.
I've never seen one of those before. Where did you find it? Where did you capture it?
Well, if I told you, you'd go and find one for yourself, wouldn't you?
What does it do?
Oh, it doesn't work very well when it's wet. When it's dried out, come back later and I'll show you.
All right. Well, stay inside. It's not safe.
It doesn't work very well when it's wet.
And get some units for those. You can't have them wandering loose. What if they attack someone?
Don't worry.
What,
They're in
what
line.
like this? And I'm just going to pull my axes out.
Oi!
What attack is that?
Jeff's going to see Derek do that and then put fire in his hands.
Oh, that one's quite impressive.
They are, aren't they, actually, really? I'm working on a bit of a circus act.
What? I'm going to just sheepishly put my axes away.
I've got things to do and more idiots to get off the street. Stay indoors until this is blown over.
Thanks, officer. Thank you.
Goodbye. And he sort of spurs on his wolf who goes, "Ow!" and
Bye,
powers
puppy.
off down the street. And as you go inside, you find that you're in a sort of, it is a shelter, but quite a nice one. It's orc scale, so it's a little bit big.
This
you're quite,
this shelter,
you're quite small for an orc.
Is it
now,
in
but,
like a settlement, or is it just sort of on the?
Just hear that again.
It's sort of sunk into the ground, but it's well fortified. It's a fortified sort of.
But is it?
structure.
Are there other buildings and stuff around it? Like, are we?
You're in a city, so this is like on the seafront.
Okay.
But yes,
Yeah, no problem.
yeah.
All right.
And as you go inside, you see that. Roll perception, please, all of you.
Not rolled very well so far.
Oh
so
my
hopefully
god,
it's
genuinely. Natural 1.
18 total.
Of all the times to get
Jeff, the
20,
place is on
12.
fire.
I got
Sorry,
a
say that
natural
again.
20.
I was despairing.
You got a natural 20.
Which I'm disappointed
got a
with because
12.
it's like, you just see stuff.
Yeah, you see everything in this room, which is good because you see that you're not alone in this shelter. There are 3 other figures in there.
Well, yeah, that's Jeff and Malrus and Derek.
No, apart from you.
Oh.
There is one.
Get out, it's on fire.
There is
This is
one
my
orc that
shelter.
is. There's an orc there that's about your height actually, and they're wearing a sort of.
What? Sorry. No, you mean a short orc?
Yes, an orc about the height of Keth.
It's a teenager.
And they're wearing a sort of red and white hat, a sort of bluish jacket with sort of bluish legging type trouser things. They've got a sort of white collared black sort of top underneath, and he's got sort of green fingerless gloves on.
Right. His dress,
and
does it look anything like the officer that led us here?
No. It looks much more casual.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
just
sort of-
similar colours, you say.
Yeah, it's blue, but it's not a uniform. Right. It's sort of an open jacket, sort of a bit more. I'm thinking a bit more sort of like Letterman jacket for American TV shows. That's that's the sort of style I'm sort of thinking. It's got white sleeves though, so so
and
he's playing with a sort of
football team, is he?
Yeah, and he's playing with a sort of red and white icosagon type thing.
I've got one of them.
And one of the other figures in the room is
soon.
Oh God!
One of the other figures in the room is an orcish woman, and she's a bit taller than the first figure, wearing very short blue shorts with sort of red shoes on, a sort of yellow crop top type thing, but she's got bright red sort of hair. Tied up in a sort of ponytail type thing.
Keth's happy with everything he's just heard.
She's taller than you. The other figure in there is another orcish woman wearing a sort of green, sort of sleeveless jacket type thing with a sort of orange shirt underneath, dark trousers, and has lots of pockets and little bags and pouches and things. And big spiky black hair, and they all look at you as you. They're all sort of sat down, chatting and talking, and they all turn to look at you, and they all sort of go, give you a bit of a nod. The first figure, the one with the sort of blue jacket, sort of puts the little red and white icosagon away, and stands up and walks over to you, and says, "Hi."
How's it going, buddy? Who are you?
Jeff's gonna flame on again.
The name's Etcham. Cash Etcham.
Excellent.
Yes.
And I am going to be the greatest Icosamon master in the world.
I don't think you're as good as me, mate. And I'll pull out my icosahedron.
Your Icosamon's got its own Icosa ball.
I know, right?
It's
So I'm gonna
layered,
call you Ash.
mate. He's the master of masters. You can't step to him. Show him your badges, Keth.
Show him a what?
Show him your Icosamon badges for all the Icosamon gyms you've been
I
fighting.
thought he said, show me your budgies. I'm like, I don't know what he means.
Well, we have been on the beach.
Show him your budgies.
He's like, does he mean testicles? I don't know.
The red-headed orcish woman stands up and she comes over and she sort of just,
it's just clicked.
hits Cash over the back of the head and goes, "Stop showing off."
It's just clicked who she is.
Yeah. Was it a bit misty before that?
It was, yeah. It wasn't very clear.
My name's Foggy.
My name's Foggy.
What's yours?
Derek Normalbeard.
Oh, it talks.
Oh, I know, right? I'm Keth, by the way.
Derek.
Keth. Nice to meet you, Keth.
And is this your mum?
How? What?
You couldn't have said anything more insulting.
Is
this your grandmother? She looks terribly
does
old.
a 19 hit?
Does a 19
Keth?
hit?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah, she punches you in the face.
Who does? Foggy or Foggy's mum?
Foggy does. Foggy. What do you mean, Foggy's mum?
The orc lady with the black spiky hair.
No, she's sat over the other side of the room at the moment. She didn't come over.
Oh, right, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
She can't move as well.
Oh, right.
Now I see why the offence was taken. Right.
Right.
Oh, you thought I was
Foggy
talking to... right. I understand.
Foggy punches you in the face for 2 damage.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you?
Oh, I didn't mean that you were his mum. I
Jeff wants
thought
to move in
she
front of
was
Keth
your
and just
mum,
go,
Foggy.
Jeff! Because he's watched everyone else just shout their names and...
Derek's finding it very hard to resist using the move Quick Attack.
And the figure who has all the pouches and stuff and the spiky black hair stands up and goes, "No, the name's Justin."
What? Justin?
And I am the greatest Icosamon breeder in the world.
Yeah, of course you are. Justin,
hey,
what?
guess what this arc is?
Just in time.
She might be able to help you with Yalom.
Just in case.
I'm not trying to breed you, Alan.
Oh.
But you admit
You
there is
taught
an
your Icosamon to
interest.
talk. That's incredible. How did you do it?
Years and years and years of repetitive training.
Malrus.
Yeah,
Training.
he beats us quite
Malrus.
heavily.
But
Malrus, I think you've got something wrong with you, mate. You've gone
they
mad.
keep gobbing off, though. I can't stop that.
I'm just going to give Malrus one swift slap across the face.
I mean, okay, roll to hit, I guess.
Let's...
They even police themselves.
Hold on. 17.
Yeah, that hits.
I never wanted to hit anybody so badly.
I mean, damage, I guess, is what, 2?
Yeah.
Keth.
Hello.
Yeah.
Jeff's going to slightly, while they're doing it, while Derek's slapping Malrus.
Malrus,
Jeff's
you
gonna
okay
turn-
now?
Malrus.
Okay. Think I may have made it worse.
Jeff's going to turn to
Amazing.
Keth and be like, so do they think we're like just wild animals?
It would seem, yes, that's how it works.
And you seem very familiar with this, Keth.
Well, I am half orc.
Jeff's
Almost.
going to take his clothes off.
Almost accepting
All bar the
of it.
duster.
I'm not accepting of it. That's why I don't live here anymore, or have
Yeah, but,
anything
you know,
to
you
do with
seem
these
to have
people anymore. But I have to
Gone with
try
the
and
flow very quickly.
That's because we need to try and fit into this society, sneak through, grab
For
the
what
piece of
reason?
8.
No, I completely agree with that as Jeff's dropping his trousers and unbuttoning his shirt.
Look.
Just taking that off.
Are you just getting naked?
Apart from the duster, yeah. If they think we're wild animals, then
Just got the duster on.
So
like some sort of
you're all
flash
just
up.
going immediately feral.
I'm sorry. Are you going to spend the whole arc naked now?
This is going to turn into some very, very extreme fan art.
until essentially we either get invited into society and accepted as more than just the animals and the
Make
wild.
sure you, if you do
Then,
fan
yeah.
art of this, make sure you include the full scope of his genitalia. It is
Please do, yeah.
canon 15 inches, and that's soft, I
Yes.
believe.
Right, so it's a penis with Jeff hanging off the back of it.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Cash
yeah.
says to you, Keth, he says, so are you here for the big tournament?
Yes, we are. But
Ah,
are you guys
You
here for
shouldn't
the
have
same?
said that, Kev.
that's what everyone's here for.
This is fucking incredible.
Fucking Keth is in charge now, Jeff.
Who have you got? Let's have a look at your animals.
This is going to be a bloody nightmare.
I don't want to show off what I've got. You're formulate a strategy. You shouldn't show off your whole. You show all your cards, as it were.
Well,
Hey,
Oh,
Derek.
sorry. Can I just? Are they talking in Orcish? Or are they talking?
They are talking in Orcish, yeah.
Okay, so
So
I
we
can't
don't
really
understand them.
understand what they're
Yeah.
saying.
Derek.
Yeah.
Based off the fact that it looks like we're supposed to be like
Well, he's got one of
his
these
pets.
things as well.
Yeah, I know.
Can they understand what we're saying?
I don't
Or do
think
they
we should be.
We're talking gibberish.
We haven't got a ball, have we? Like or anything like he's got. And I'm not about
They
to go
don't
inside a
actually
ball.
know common, yeah.
Okay.
But I know, but you've got one. I'm not about to go
I've
inside
got
one
one.
myself.
No, well, I could just you
But
know,
I thought
set
why don't we-
myself inside one, take it with me, and cause some sort of strange time-space paradox that would destroy the universe.
That's a really good idea.
That's
I
like
love
Googling
where your
Google.
head's
That's
at
our
with that.
backup
But just
plan.
just
That's
as a
our-
temporary backup plan, we could just pretend that like Keth has the pocket pub portal as his like space
Weird.
that he keeps his
Well,
animals.
No, because then I'd have to sign over the licensing agreement.
No, just temporarily.
Fucking like the
could just open
smoking
it.
ban, they would jump on that.
it'd be an excellent
Um,
training area for you guys, though.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
could
I
just
sort
like
of wanna
hide in there,
keep
and then
that.
when he
How
needs us,
about-
he just puts us out.
I keep it. He can hold it, but I'll keep the deed.
Yeah, 100%. No,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
He
that's
it's
fine.
still your pub, 100%. He's just
If-
using it, and we're just chilling in it.
If the
Instead of having
alcohol
to live in a fucking
standards
ball.
authority or whatever they're called,
I'm not
come
going to live
round.
in a ball, and if we don't want to fuck this mission up, it seems like we're going to either have to live in a
Alright.
ball or disappear out
Okay,
of sight occasionally.
As he's saying that, I will hold the ball aloft in one hand, and then with another, place the handle of the pocket pub on the floor. Not really, just not even like disguising it, but just hoping that my vain ball thing will distract, and then I'll go, and then head into the pocket pub.
I'm going to quickly jump
Okay.
into the pocket pub portal.
What's Malrus going to do?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
Malrus?
going in the pocket portal. I'm just going to pick it up off the floor and attach it to my belt.
Ha!
So you're Pikachu
Okay.
in this scenario now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Because
fine.
you have
Jeff,
been just saying
Jeff.
your name, so that's fair.
Jeff, since we're in here, you want a drink, mate?
Yeah, beer
Yeah,
pong?
fuck it. Yeah, let's have a go.
Well,
I got a new pinball table as well. That'd be
Ah,
fun.
sick. Let's do that first.
I guess in the meantime,
Nice.
outside.
Just out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
can we communicate through a closed pocket portal?
No, because you're in another dimension.
Okay.
So your stone of fast speech
fine.
and your 3.0 or whatever pebble is useless.
I was just wondering, that's all.
Yeah.
And message. You can't do
Can I
either.
blink from the pocket pub to see what's going on?
No, because you're in another dimension.
Okay.
So you
And you can only see what you can see.
I know, but I jumped to a parallel plane of existence in blinking.
Yeah, but you can only go somewhere you can see.
But it's sort of
in the
like
real world.
tied to the original plane that you're in.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So now you two are
It's
in the
just
pub.
sort of like, imagine it shifts ever so slightly to the left.
That's
It's kind
fair.
of the perception of it.
So,
Now
Derek,
we've ironed that
you
out.
and I have no idea what's going on.
No, but we are getting fucked.
Yep.
But hopefully, Keth has realised what we've intended, as Malrus has now picked it up. Or at least Malrus knows what's going on. So, if he needs us, we'll be called
Okay.
upon.
Pedro, bloody calm down, will you? The only time you actually get here on time, and you completely ruin the start of my segment. Now, go and sit on your perch and think about what you've done. Anyway, sorry about my ridiculous office parrot, everybody. It's time for your moment with the Dungeon Master. Right, let's do the first things. At the beginning, all of us here at Roll Britannia want to box up, wrap carefully, and neatly place a bow on an enormous thank you for joining us again. The nautical nonsense can only continue with you lovely lot out there scrambling aboard with us each week. So, it's fantastic to have you back again. Well, that bird can wait a bit longer over there. So, stand back, you lot. There's a random celebrity shout out on its way, and it's coming in hot. So, this week, it seems that former tennis ace Boris Becker has been relaxing and listening to Roll Britannia. And apparently, if he had to pick, he reckoned he'd get on best with Derek. Well, I'm sure there's some truth in there somewhere. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, shout out time. Hopefully he's chilled out now a bit. Pedro, come on then. Let's have that scroll, boy. Look, I'm not mad at you. You just can't blunder into the start, okay? That's my bit. Okay. Yeah, I know you're sorry. Can you whistle a song to cheer you up? Well, let's not get too hasty. Just hand me the scroll and go and do some more time out. Be gone. Sorry about that. So, this week's shout out goes to Kefi Dazyuk. Sorry if I've said that wrong. Who messaged us on Twitters. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And we absolutely love the fan art. So, it looks amazing. Now, I know what you're thinking. How, Mr. Master, do I get my own shout out? What do I do with this amazing idea I've got for the show? Can you please tell me Jeff's inside leg measure? Oh, Jeff. I've just had my office locks changed. Well, ignoring that last one, we've made getting in touch with us really, really easy. All you need to do is one quick search on social media because we're all over it. Whichever one you like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, we're there. And we love chatting with you lots. So don't be shy and get involved. Now, if you're really enjoying the show and you've got this far, so you must be, it really would be rather amazing of you if you could take a moment or two to give us a lovely 5-star review, eh? Wherever you hunt down your podcasts from, some kind words from you guys really helps us to keep our plucky little piratical podcast afloat. And it also helps more fantastic people just like you to discover the show. And if you haven't already, make sure that you've bashed that subscribe button. Otherwise, Keth will tie you up and use you as fish bait until you do. Right, that's enough from me this week. Those 4 have been left unattended for far too long, and I've probably got to listen to a terrible parrot joke to cheer Pedro up. These are the sacrifices that I make for you people. So don't just stand there. Get back into the action. Go!
Malrus.
Your new orcish friends offer you some food and some drinks, and they just tell you all about their travels around the Violet Plateau.
furiously trying to remember all of my Pokemon
Very nice.
watching Saturday morning.
Very nice indeed.
And you while away the night, sort of just hearing these stories, eating some freshly made food.
They
and
just chat
drinking
about
and
the superb four and the fighting frontier.
Team Shuttle.
Yeah, Nurse J.
Always causing them problems. Yeah, and so eventually the storm blows over, and they say, "Have you gone to see the prof? Have you gone to see the prof?"
Your voice.
Sorry, I had something in my throat there.
It happens to me sometimes as well. Not yet. I'm going to go and see them today.
Oh, go and see the prof. He'll give you some good advice. He taught us everything we needed to know about battling in the tournament. Maybe he can help you out, and hopefully we'll see you in the final, eh?
Sounds good to me. Where is the prof? Can you? How do I see him? Where is he?
He's in the big house with the land behind it. Just head up the road there, and they sort of direct you up the street. It's the big house, and you'll see it. It's got a windmill on it and everything. It's very cool. But go and see him. Professor Shale, his name is.
I was waiting. Professor Yoke is what I thought was going to happen. Professor Shale.
I will stroll up the road with my seemingly now pet Malrus, who's doing a great job.
Yes. Watch out when you get to some tallish grass.
Yeah.
Malrus, do you know cut? No, actually, you are a proficient butcher, so I'd imagine you do.
Yeah, it's true. Butcher horses, but not trees.
Yeah. So you're going to go and see the prof?
Yes. Keth is upset that he annoyed Foggy, but never mind.
Keth, shall I let the other two out?
Ooh. They're quite... Yeah, let them out. I don't know what's going to happen to them. It's been ages.
They're quite irritating.
It's been ages. Let them out.
Okay. I'm going to
been.
put the pocket pub on the floor and open it.
And I'll explain.
Jump out and go, Derek!
And then...
My weapons drawn.
Because careful need to explain what's going on.
Jeff!
He's rolling lots. This is why I didn't want to go in the pub.
Jeff. Red or black?
Oof.
Red.
Ooh.
Red, okay. When you hop out, you feel a little bit weird after having spent all that time in the pocket pub when it was closed. You feel a little bit weakened. You feel like you've lost 3 from your max HP.
Oh, for you, that's bad.
I really can't afford.
And Derek,
I'm the same as Bill now.
Yeah, you don't feel good either.
Okay.
In fact, you feel a little bit like it's taken a harder turn on you. You feel like you've lost 5 from your max HP.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what's 5 among friends?
A lot.
Not for me.
That was essentially like an 11th of my HP.
Wow.
What is your HP?
I've got the same HP as fucking Bill now.
Have you got 31
My
HP?
HP is now 56.
Yes, I have the same HP as your fucking snake.
Amazing.
For a drink. Alcohol is bad, kids.
So you're walking down the street, and it's quite an impressive city, really. The buildings are taller than you've experienced anywhere other than maybe the capital district of Neverwinter. Everywhere's been. It all feels quite well put together. It feels quite modern almost in there. Big stone buildings, but they're a couple of stories high. Most of these, they're and the roads are all cobbled and well looked after. Everyone seems to be quite well dressed. Everyone that's walking around, slightly unusual clothes for what you're used to seeing.
Can I make a perception check to see sort of how the crowd is made up of? Different species.
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
That's a natural 19, so 21.
Ooh. Everyone is an orc.
Every single person. Okay.
Everyone there is an orc.
No.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if everyone, including any of their pets, are all wearing some items of garments. Oh, shit.
You just want to see if you can put clothes back on because you've made.
I just want to see
decision.
if it's normal. Like if the other animals are not wearing.
I don't give a shit if it's normal, mate. I'm not taking my kecks off.
I want to see if it's weird. Like because I have. If everyone else is wearing clothes, then it's weird, really weird still that I'm not. Yeah. So I want to know.
Yeah. It's weird you took them off in the first place.
Everyone you can see is
rolled a
wearing
5.
clothes.
Can I roll to see what sort of shops and buildings that we're passing?
I mean, you can try.
Are there any clothes?
But they'll be written in Orcish, I imagine, and you won't be able to understand.
All the signs will be in Orcish. Just FYI.
I'm just thinking, like, what can I see in shop windows if there's any sort of like pet shop? As it were.
Yeah, I mean, roll perception, I guess.
Which it turns out is just a hair.
14.
Extra.
The 14, you can see some restaurants, and you're relatively into the seaside still. You can see a shop that's selling like buckets and spades and things, and you can see what looks to your eye like a bank.
Is it Nat 20?
It's not. No.
Oh.
No.
Alliance and Leicester.
It's Goliath National Bank.
Oh, nice.
No, you can see. Yeah, you can see the sort of data. You can see a butcher's, all sorts of sort of table, but you can't see any pet shops. I'm afraid, no. And as you walk down, you eventually get to a building that's set in what looks like quite a grand grounds, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of greenery and big front gates, and you can see a windmill off somewhere in the grounds. And there's a buzzer at the front door.
A buzzard?
At the gate.
Oh, a buzzer.
A buzzer.
Sorry. Sorry. All this
buzzer.
animal talk. There's a kestrel. Oh, no.
It's an osprey there.
A red kite, perhaps?
Yes. What are you doing?
I'll turn to the others and go, look, if you're going to be out here with me, you need to just... It sucks, but you need to toe the line.
No,
you need to.
On the walk over, I've realised. Sorry,
I know, it's terrible timing.
Kev,
where did you get one?
Finishes that biscuit.
I got it from the Wizard's Sleep.
Derek biscuit.
Have you got any spare clothes? Because everyone else seems to be wearing clothes. Have you got anything that I can drop?
Where are your
clothes? We were
clothes?
wild animals.
I thought you packed 2 uniforms.
Jeff, the one
I did, but then I fucking ship
the one that you took.
Yeah, but your bag didn't.
Jeff, the one that you took off. Did you not keep the clothes that you took off? Did you just abandon
I left them there because we were on the move.
You literally just threw them on the floor. That's hilarious.
You just threw them on the floor and walked away.
Amazing.
Well, then I'm afraid you flaxed.
I'm not asking you, pet. I'm asking our master, Kev.
No. Well, what I've figured out on the walk here is I'm not a pet. I'm a tourist. So I don't have to pay attention to any of this weird caste system that they've got. I'm a tourist, so I can go around, blunder around, not speaking the language, get Keth to translate for me and go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a tourist. I'm just a dwarf. It's fine.
Can we just allow like 5 minutes of that to play out?
I mean, well, sounds like a Patreon special.
I thought the paddle was going to come out then, to be fair.
Right. What are you doing, Keth? And a voice comes back over the...
I thought you were denying the option to choose then. I realised you were doing the buzzer.
A voice comes back over the arcane intercom, and it's...
I'll respond and go, yes, it's Derek Normalbeard here. I'm a tourist, and I've just arrived in town. I've got an orcish guide with me, who I'm afraid I can't understand what you are saying. What you...
Derek, I don't think they know what you're saying.
Keth, did you get any of that?
and the gate buzzes, and it starts to move aside.
Oh.
Well,
Open sesame.
Excellent.
Well, I was going to issue a verbal rebuke to Derek, but it didn't need to be done.
What are you doing?
As I say, as my tour guide,
I'm wandering in.
Sorry, I'm eating another
Why are you
biscuit.
eating the chewiest biscuits in the world?
They're stale, and I accidentally, if you'd believe it, forgot that one of them had landed on the floor when I opened the packet. So I'm
You're eating a coaster. You madman.
Right, are you walking up to the house?
Much better.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. It's a nice meandering thing, and you hear the rustle of unseen creatures as you walk up the path, and as you get to the house, the front door opens and a figure steps out, an orcish figure again, wearing a white lab coat with shocking white spiky hair and a sort of light pinkish jumper. He's carrying a sort of red book, a bright red book, and he walks out and he says, "Oh, hello."
Does he say it in Orcish or Common?
Orcish.
Hello, I didn't realise it was This Is Your Life.
Welcome to my laboratory.
I'd like to put my hand out to shake his hand, and in Common, quite loudly and slowly go, "I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying, but it is nice to meet you."
He looks at you for a moment, a little perplexed.
Put my hand out to
and then he
shake
looks at Keth and back to you, and he says to you in Dwarvish, "What are you doing here?"
In Dwarvish, I'll respond, "Oh, it's lovely to hear the old mother tongue again. Haven't heard that since my own mother was berating me for being late for dinner, so I hope you won't throw a frying pan at me like she used to. Anyway, I'm a tourist. My friend Keth Frostiron here, or at least my acquaintance Keth Frostiron.
Calm down.
He likes to think that I'm that dwarves are below orcs. I'll just keep playing into that sort of thing that he's.
And he says, yes, that seems to be the perception of many of my kin, but
but he just invited me to see where he comes from, where he lives.
That I'm not convinced by, but you'd all best come inside.
Okay.
I suppose it doesn't really matter if you're convinced it's true.
I suppose none of us will have understood that.
And as you head inside, are you walking inside?
Yeah, I heard inside.
He said that last bit in Common, by the way. You'd all best come inside.
Yes.
Oh, he speaks.
If you're all going inside, you see inside that it is a big laboratory. Lots of very complex looking machines and experiments going on. There's a sort of machine in the center of this room that's got two sort of pods there that seem to be connected, and it says, and he says to you, "Now I don't know what you're doing here, but I must say you're in quite a lot of danger."
What do you mean?
Why?
There are those among my people who will consider you to just be the rare Icosamon, but there are others like me who have seen people like you before, and they don't much want to see you.
What do you mean, Icosamon? The rare Icosamon?
Do you not know what Icosamon are?
As I say, I'm a tourist. I'm ignorant of all local customs, believe it or not.
Icosamon, and he at this point wheels over a sort of arcane sphere, and he touches a button on the side of it, and he says, This short film should demonstrate exactly what Icosamon are." And there's a sort of animated presentation that explains that Icosamon are these creatures that you've come to know as wild monsters from your world that it seems in the Orcish Republic of Krull are often captured in these icosagonic spheres, and they are sort of trained by trainers and battled for supremacy, and their skills are often used in inappropriate ways, and some of them are put to work for the good of the Orcish people, and others are used for entertainment in these battles. And the champion of these battles is awarded the title of Icosamon Master, and he wins a fantastic trophy which bears in it a powerful item of much importance.
How?
So Keth is going to turn to Professor Shale and go, "Look, these are my friends here."
That's a good presentation, don't you think?
It was excellent. It was excellent.
It was
But
really
look,
good. Very clear.
my three friends here, they're not my Icosamon.
It's made me realise how much I could get out of this. And I just show him the Icosamon.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. May I take a closer look?
No. This one is mine.
I'll look with my eyes.
Okay, sure. And I'll sort of gingerly hand it over, but not really. I'll keep a firm grip on it.
This is, do you know what this is?
It is a Canto's icosahedron, apparently. I got it from a game show. And it will capture anybody of an intelligence of 4 or less. So what I'm going to do is when we get back, this fella here, and I point to Jeff and I go, he's got a friend called Yallen, and I'd really love to just nab him in.
Give it a go.
And just summon him whenever I want. Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck.
Leave Yallen alone, Derek.
He says, well, this is one of the... this is quite an early model, but it's got some quite interesting design features. You see, this here is what we might call a master ball.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Fuck. Tell you what, as somebody who absolutely loves Pokemon, you've just made a dream come true for me. Fuck me, a master ball. Excellent.
You see, the issue there's some certain safety protocols that are built into the new icosagon spheres and balls and all sorts of items. They have a certain radius. We put these, and he sort of pulls up a sort of blackboard and draws out some designs for you. These masts, we have them placed around the Empire, and, well, they help power all the items. It helps, you see, because it stops them being stolen by pirates.
Right,
I
I
was going to
see.
give a sideways
we
glance to Derek.
We wouldn't want that to happen, would
It does, however, make them slightly weaker. These older models don't have such a flaw. You see, they were designed before the safety protocols were put in mind. They were used originally for these games, but raiders came and used them to capture some of our own people. Now, the advantages of the safety protocols means that they can't be used to transport orcish people away from our country. But these original ones are far more powerful. Unfortunately, it does mean that they can capture people, but it also means they're quite powerful at capturing slightly more powerful Icosamon.
No, that's interesting.
Brainwave.
Interesting. I think I'm on the same page as you, Malrus, but let's refer to my host, your master, Keth. As an orc. Well, how would you like to proceed with this gentleman here, who's fondling my ball?
He does hand it back to you, by the way. He's not holding on to it.
Kev, I'm not going to lie, mate.
We need to win that tournament, Professor.
I'm well up for that.
You do, eh?
Because we want that trophy.
Jeff.
Yes, Jeff. You don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, sound.
He does speak to you in common. He says, your name's
Yes,
Jeff, I guess.
and I would love to become the greatest icosahedron of all time, and I want Keth to win lots of money and prizes, and then he could share it with all of us. I think that'd be really cool.
You'd like to be a shape. That's very that's very
I want to
bold
be a
of you.
dodecahedron, an octagon. I'll fight in any kind of ring. Let's do this.
Since he said this, I'd like to attempt to put Jeff inside the Canto's.
I mean, try it. Absolutely try it.
So I just have to roll a d20, right?
Yes.
But you have to beat a what?
What do I have to beat?
What's it say? What's it say in the
rolled a
description?
I
don't have all the descriptions in my head.
The description is half written on a post-it note. It just says, throw d20, 4 or less intelligence is automatic. So I assume it's against your intelligence.
Yeah, I suspect so. It's a DC check against your intelligence.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
I rolled
you
14.
definitely do, because I've got 11.
14.
Yeah, you're sucked into this icosahedron.
Well, you can start there.
Bye.
Jeff, I choose you. And then I'm going to throw it back on the ground.
Fucking prick, Derek! I fucking swear if you do that.
Do it again.
You got to beat again.
I choose you
Got to do
again.
it again. Beat me again if you're going to try and do it again.
That's a 19.
Yeah, he does it again.
I choose you if you're not going to be a dickhead. And then throw
I
it
thought you were
again.
going to say if you're not going to be a
Swear to
bastard.
fucking... What? You keep fucking putting me in
No, because then the gun would go off.
The
Jeff,
Professor Shale, he sort of chuckles a little bit and he says, "Well,
Jeff's going to put fire in his hands.
Here's the problem.
Just to fucking look aggressive.
As much as it would be entertaining to watch you enter the battles yourselves, I fear you would not be allowed. You see, the organizers contain among them people, high-ranking orcs like myself, who have awareness of the outside world.
Wait.
So,
Wait. So we could
it just so happens I've been working on a little machine, and you three might be just the perfect candidates.
3?
Keth's an orc, so he's fine.
Oh, yeah.
What machine?
And he gestures to the machine with the 2 pods behind him, and he says, "This machine here."
What does it do?
Well, why don't you hop inside and I'll show you?
Oh, look, there's a fly as well.
Yeah, Malrus, why don't you hop inside?
I'm not hopping inside, not until Jeff's been in.
When you made these machines,
Yes?
are they injection molded? So did you have to make some sort of cast for these pods that you've made? Some sort of pod cast?
Do you know, funnily enough, I did.
If you will, for the remedial ones.
I promise you, anything I do is thoroughly reversible.
Well, that sounds like a shocking...
Well, in you go then, I guess.
Jeff, do you want to get in the machine? Go on, get in the machine.
Professor.
Get in the machine or get in the Pokeball.
Yes, young man?
You said you were one of the few that was aware of the outside world. What do you mean about that? Doesn't anybody else know of everywhere else?
The people here think the world ends at the seafront there.
What?
Right. And is that because... Is there a lot of storms that happen?
They happen fairly regularly, hence why we have the shelters there. I assume you all washed ashore. I didn't see any ships.
Yes, we did.
No, yeah, we did.
Is it
Good thing
always
too.
been like that?
The city's defenses tend to be quite aggressive of any outsiders. They tend to destroy them well beyond the eyesight of any of the locals.
That would explain.
We're
a
going to
lot.
have to go out and capture some big creatures.
Well, I might have an answer to that.
Oh, go on.
There's one of you hopping inside my machine here, and I'll show you what I mean.
Come on, Jeff.
So basically, I've got a choice between either getting inside a ball or getting inside a teleportation device machine that's fly swapping.
What's it like in the
fucking
ball,
horrible?
Way,
it's really cramped. It's a ball, Derek.
I was hoping there'd be some
sized.
sort
It's
of
a
conversation
ball.
pit.
What do you think?
Fully stocked bar. I thought there'd be a bar.
It's not like the pub at all. It's like a motel.
I'm just going to walk in the machine whilst he's having a
Yes!
Good man.
If you bitch for long enough,
and
Malrus will do it.
he shuts the door and he pulls a lever, and lots of lights and lots of the sound of electricity and and Malrus.
Yeah.
Do you remember a few weeks ago when I said, could you find a creature in the monsters manual that best describes Malrus?
This is awesome.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh, I've remembered
This
what I was.
is
Oh no!
Awesome. This is awesome.
Do you remember what creature you chose?
Oh god, I can't remember. I'm going to have to pull it up again or something.
Please do.
I know which creature I chose because I'm a good boy. It'd be in the part, yeah. I think it.
Hold the line, caller.
PMs.
Holding.
There we go.
And as the sort of smoke clears from this machine, a sort of hatch opens in a sort of device situated between the 2 pods, and an icososphere is there.
Ooh.
Oh.
And Keth, you pick this icososphere up. Well, the professor hands it to you. And he says, I don't know what's in there, but if you just step through this door here, and he leads you to a sort of courtyard space, he says, I recommend you throw it.
Okay. and then Keth will throw it really high up in the air. So it takes ages.
Not quite what I meant, but okay. Stand back, everyone. Who knows what's going to come out? And as the ball sort of lands on the floor, it bursts
This is the best holiday
open.
I've ever had.
And from inside this ball steps or climbs or appears
Slithers.
a doppelganger.
Ooh.
Oh. Malrus.
So what?
What did you do now? I don't know.
Sir Bucks left the Dath, then gets shipwrecked by a wave. Jeff tries to help Keth, but Malrus makes the save. On a strange island, Keth leads the pack. He meets Cash and Foggy and insults her and gets slapped. They find out the other three are Icosamon. They meet the Professor, and there's a tournament to be won. Derek captures Jeff twice in his master Icosasphere. The Professor's strange machine is nothing for Malrus to fear. But who else will be joining Keth's new doppelganger? Will you find out next time on Roll Britannia?
Now then, you lot, we need your help. We need to make our piratical adventure simply the best D&D 5e podcast out there on the 7 seas. So, we've decided to be very brave indeed and launch our own Roll Britannia Patreon page. And don't you worry. Though we may be scoundrels and vagabonds in the Shattered Lands, we're certainly not going to be stealing your hard-earned booty to line our coffers. All of the money we raise will be ploughed right back into the show, so we can be the best that we can be. So what's in it for me, I hear you say? Well, there's a whole treasure chest's worth to be had. There's exclusive Buccaneer prologues so that you can learn some of the secrets of our favourite heroes and where it all began. You'll also be able to read the finest tabloid on the high seas, the Daily Tel Dath. You can get your hands on ARC exclusive merchandise too that you won't find in our shop. And the best part, your very own handcrafted, beautifully made and totally unique piece of crap art drawn just for you by your favourite Buccaneer. Just look out for Roll Britannia on patreon.com, or even easier, follow the links in our social media or Linktree pages and let us navigate the way for you. And worry not, the nautical antics of the Roll Britannia Buccaneers will still be available every Wednesday as usual, absolutely free. After all, we certainly wouldn't want any of our amazing and loyal fans to be spending any more than they can afford. We wouldn't have got anywhere without you and all the other awesome fans out there. So, with your help and your support, you can make this show even better.